Hi Gemini, hope you guys are doing great. These are going to be general messages for the first 2 weeks of June. I'm going to be posting a video at the end of the week that's going to focus on all the wonderful astrology that we have going on in the month of June. We do have the June 5th lunar eclipse, so it's going to be hitting you guys primarily in your 7th house of relationships, but you're working there with Sag in the 1st, so it is going to be about, challenges that are happening in that first house in Sag are going to be impacting relationship, and relationship is going to be impacting that first house itself. So just things are going to be going on having to do with relationships right now. But you want to think about how have the last 6 months been for you? Because this is where we can see the seeds blossom that were planted at the last solar eclipse. So things have been stressful. It's time to release things. If things have a strong foundation, they're going to become even deeper. Relationships that you're in, if you're in a solid foundation, or, within a relationship or even within a career, if you're in something solid, it's going to deepen. There are going to be more opportunities for deepening, which is fantastic. You guys really are probably, I'm not going to say the luckiest out of all the signs, but I'm going to say the luckiest out of all of the signs right now, particularly coming up in June. There are going to be a lot of challenging energies because, we're having this lunar eclipse in Sag, and Sag is a fire sign, right? So anything having to do with, anything that's really, really fiery, and this can last for up to 3 months, this eclipse. But don't be afraid of it. Lean into it and allow old karma to burn off, since Saturn is conjunct in that south node there right now, opposing you guys. But you guys are where the answers lie right now, which is so cool, so cool. Especially for Gemini risings, okay? Because remember, whenever we do these readings for eclipses and what house and this, that, it always goes according to your first house, which is your rising sign, okay? It's your rising sign. To a lesser degree, but still your sun and your moon as well, okay? So let's get right into things. So I am going to be time stamping for career. This is going to be relationship first. Not everyone cares about relationship. Not everybody cares about career. So we have a little for everybody. Let's see what we have. Our Gemini friends. Let's throw some astro dice for some advice. And energy. Okay, so we have the 6th house, which is the day-to-day. Gemini, which rules the 3rd house, all about communication. It's Mercury energy and Venus. Ooh. So I like this. Venus is, Venus is where our self-esteem hangs out. It's love. It's one of the money planets. Gemini is all about the intellect. It rules the 3rd house of communication. It's about a lot of communicating, online communicating, things like that. And the 6th house has to do with the everyday. So I do like this. This to me is a very benefic, positive energy having to do, I am feeling like, because this is a relationship read and Venus does rule love and feeling good, you're going to be connecting with people, particularly I feel like on the internet, just because Gemini is there, but even just through communication on the everyday, like the Sunday through Monday, your everyday is going to be really good. Health is going to be looking pretty good also these first 2 weeks for you guys. So I do like that because 6th house is health. So we have the strength energy coming into this, okay? Leo, this is about being front and center. This has to do with Leo rules the natural rule of the 5th house, which is ruled by the sun. This has to do with relationships. This has to do with what you do with each other on that Sunday through Monday. It has to do with communication and all of that. And it really, Leo really just wants to have a good time and have a very sort of easygoing approach to things, right? But there is this element of ego. So when it comes to relationship, you may be feeling like either you or the person that you were dealing with in the recent past, needed their ego stroked. There needed to be some stroke into the ego there. Yeah, making somebody feel good. And whenever we have that, guys, it's always because there's fear swimming around there somewhere. That's always the case, right? So I get that this was an energy that you guys had to deal with in your past. Like I always say, when I say past, it could have been last week, last month, last year, whoever's still in your energy field. So right now the situation is 10 of Cups in reverse, crossed by the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so Ten of Pentacles in reverse tells me that for many of you, you may be in a situation where things are not okay because of an external energy. So the external energy could have to do with a family member, a friend situation, could certainly indicate a third party, could certainly indicate work, it could certainly indicate COVID-19 situation, because it's something that's substantial, that's external to your relationship. So in that way, it is still a positive card, but it's a not yet card. And it's a card where you may be in a space where not everything, even if you're in a relationship right now, right, with somebody together, you know, you are identifying things that you're really like not very happy about. And they're pretty specific, in a pretty specific area, but you might not be saying anything about it just yet. Or you might be saying something to your partner, but you're not really indicating to anybody else, like your friend, your family, anybody else, that things are askew, right? That things are not 100% of what you're presenting them to be, right? Like things are cooking underneath the surface and you're definitely feeling it. And because it's being crossed by the Nine of Pentacles, money can definitely be an issue here. This is Venus and Virgo energy. Venus, again, has to do with money, self-esteem, and love. Virgo has a pentacle energy, ruled by Mercury. Whenever we have Mercury reversed, there could be some sort of manipulation or feeling like you don't know everything, feeling like you just don't know all of the information. So you could be in a situation where money is an issue, right, within this connection, or you feeling like you're not privy to all of the information surrounding something having to do with either resources or where you might be feeling like your partner is just a little off with communication. Even though you're asking, are you okay? They might not be completely forthcoming. You might feel like something is just a little left of center, you know, like even with your intimacy, communication, and you're just not excuse me, throat chakra communication is definitely, my throat's been fine. I've been doing meetings and now I feel my throat chakra closing up. So I do, because pentacle energy for relationship does indicate mental, physical, emotional connection. That does include communication, obviously. It includes intimacy. It includes what you guys do for fun. It includes all of that, right? And a very day-to-day energy. And I feel like you feel like something is obscured right now, like you're just not able to see it. And this could be because of your partner, or could be because of an external situation, again, where you and your partner are in this space where you're trying to plan for your future, but you're like, how can we set anything solid in stone when we really don't even know what the heck the world is going to be looking like in 2 weeks from now, right? So you could certainly be in that kind of situation, because that is indicated with that 10 of Cups energy. But what's positive here is that when the 10 of Cups, when whatever this block is happening passes, this energy flips up, right? Which we do like. Now, we have the crowning energy is the 5 of Cups, and the foundation is the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. So Gemini, I am getting that within this relationship, there's definitely some disappointment, some sense of disillusionment that you're focusing on right now, or the energy is. So this could be you and your partner, or you or your partner. Mars and Scorpio, though, I mean, this really is this understanding that there's a change in the path, right? Mars ruling Aries is all about a new path, shaking things up for a new path. And Scorpio is about something ending so that a new beginning can happen right away, right? So I get that, you know, I feel Gemini, I feel so much frustration right now. Such frustration in you. It's like you want things to be a certain way, but you can't. The 3 of Pentacles in reverse, it's like, this is the Architect card, right? Mars and Capricorn. So this could be because Capricorn rules work. This could be because the work isn't there, or the work isn't there in the way that it needs to be. Or if you're working, you don't have clarity or trust in the fact that things are going to still be really okay in 6 months. It's like there's this frustration, this holding back of making any solid decisions on moving forward because of this thing that's in the way. But I get this frustration, I get this disillusionment, this disappointment. Disappointment and frustration is more of what I want to say right now. And then representing you right now in the relationship is the 7 of Wands in reverse. You're tired of defending yourself. So you may, because of these frustrations, things might be a little wonky in the connection here, right? But it's you really not wanting to defend yourself anymore, right? It's Mars and Leo. Mars indicating this new path. Leo being about, in the reverse, it's about fear, it's about egotism. So it's about egotism getting in the way of this new path. And you feeling like, you know what, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Feeling very viscerally like something is not in alignment with what you see for yourself. Like what you see is, we're all feeling, everyone is feeling this new path open up, even if you've already been working from home, and even if you've been married for many years, and even everyone feels there is ebb and flow in life, right? We are definitely in a transition right now, all of us. And I feel this definitive sense of frustration here, and I feel like it's really affecting your day-to-day. It's messing with your self-esteem, right? Even though I have to tell you, because the North Node is in you guys, and it's all about you guys, and you guys are going to be having all of this very benefic energy coming to you, where you're going to be appreciated in ways that you haven't been in a long time, if ever. These fabulous opportunities are going to be coming to you, right? And I'm sure those are going to probably come across in the career read. But when it comes to relationship, I do see the shifting of you being faced front and center with what's been working, what's not working, and you really recognizing in an inescapable fashion that something needs to be addressed, and you don't want to feel the need to defend yourself anymore. So this is super important and a great energy if you're in a connection with somebody and it's a pretty solid foundation, but you feel like they haven't been pulling their weight. Have the conversation, because they may not even realize it. They may not. That's going to resonate with some of you, where the conversation about who needs to bring what to the table in order for things to move forward in this new world, on this new cycle. So there may need to be like a redistribution of money, of responsibilities, right? I mean, for sure, right? If work has changed, if things have changed, things right now are affecting career and relationships sort of simultaneously, which is why I'm including both in my readings, because I think they're both important to understand. So we have the King of Wands as the external energy to you. So this could be your partner, this could just be an external energy. King of Wands as a person. Okay, if this indicates a person, this is a Cancer and Leo energy. I love this energy. So this could be somebody offering you something, a new beginning that you really, really enjoy, that's going to allow you to feel very safe. And that's very important for everyone right now. I get that that's a thing right now, is you want to make sure that as you're moving forward, you're doing your Gemini thing, you're thinking, you're doing all the research, all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, you want to know that you're going to be okay. And that's the Cancer energy. So I get that you're going to become, if this is an individual, this could either be your partner or a new energy that you're going to be coming across that is just really going to get your guns going and make you feel on top of that. You're going to feel really, really safe. All right. Which is great. Now, if this is a general influence, right, Cancer and Leo energy, this is about you just knowing that everything's going to be okay, and you feeling like, you know what, I might not have all the answers right now, probably don't, but I have a lot of willingness. I'm going to put myself out there, Leo, it's fire energy, and I'm going to make this happen. I'm really going to make it happen. And it's this because this very positive, benefic energy is going to be swirling around you. Honestly, more than any other sign, you guys are going to have this benefic energy. So because it's a core card, I always want to indicate it as person or a general influence, right? That's how the core cards, for those of you learning tarot, and I know a lot of you guys are, you always want to offer the court energies as either yourself, a general influence, or a particular person. Now we have the fear position, which is the Four of Swords. So this is you taking a little rest. You're afraid, though. Taking a rest, you're afraid to take this rest and actually think about everything. This is scaring you. And I'm going to tell you what's interesting. I just did Sagittarius, and you guys are ascendant descendants from each other. You guys are across the street neighbors. And you guys are working very intimately right now over the next 18 months, even more than you normally do, all right? And they got the same card in this position in their relationship, Celtic cross spread. So I don't know if you guys are dealing with a Sagittarius, because that would be really funny if you guys were afraid of the same thing. And I say funny because it's really not a big thing. Actually, I think they got theirs in reverse. But it just means not making a solid decision right now, right? But you being afraid of moving forward in something, right? Having to do with this relationship. So some of you might be afraid to make the decision, right? To actually move in together, to get married, to take it to that next level. Some of you might be afraid to have that conversation. You might be afraid, you know, where if the dynamic in your relationship has been A, B, and C up to this point, but because of COVID and who's not working, who's working differently, who's working at home, you know, wacky stresses in relationships, holy smokes, right? I mean, so many, it's a mess, right? in a lot of ways, it's been a blessing, but it's been a challenge, right, to a lot of relationships. And you just knowing that the dynamic has changed, recognizing there needs to be that conversation, really not being too sure how to do it. As we do have the shadow side in the reverse as the outcome, and this is much more positive in the reverse. This is devil energy. So, and this is why I was saying this, having to do with having that big conversation. I do see you having it here because this is addressing imbalances. This is addressing and calling into the light areas that need to be addressed in the relationship that maybe haven't been handled in a very fair way in the past up to now. You know, and that could have to do with, you know, a partner or you or whatever, you know, you drink too much. It's really impacting the relationship, something to do with drugs, the ways money is being spent, some sort of self-indulgent behavior. Somebody spends, you know, way too much time obsessing about themselves. There's a fear of intimacy. There's a fear of abandonment. There's anxiety. There's depression that's gone unchecked and is going, you know, untreated, and it's impacting the relationship. So the thing is, with the shadow side of the devil energy, the imbalance can be anything that's adversely impacting the relationship. So you name it, and that really is the devil energy. It's not only drugs and alcohol. It's not only addiction, because in a lot of ways, if you think about it, and I always say this, what is addiction? It's an imbalance. You're doing something too much where your body becomes too accustomed to it, where it becomes problematic, right? And that can apply to a lot of things, right? Fear of intimacy, fear of abandonment, you know, we get these sort of codependent issues, whatever it is for you, general reading, it's coming to light. So that's really much more positive, because whatever it is, it's going to be dealt with. Even though you're afraid of it, you're going to do it. So I do like that. So you're not going to want to defend yourself anymore. You're just not. And you're going to need to call out the level of imbalance and where you think things have been imbalanced. So we have the Eight of Cups energy. And the Eight of Cups energy is you actually saying, you know what, I don't want to let this go. I'm not willing to let it go. Saturn and Pisces. You might be saying to yourself on one hand, this might not be the best connection for me. It might not be, but I'm not willing to leave it. I just don't. This is not moving on. In the upright, Saturn and Pisces, this is about moving on. Okay? In the reverse, this is about staying and working through the stuff, because there are still lessons to learn in this relationship. This relationship is not meant to be over. You guys are doing a lot of growing in this relationship. You really, really are. Now, I'd want to mention that you guys work in tandem with Sagittarius, right? So Sagittarius has this lunar eclipse again in their first house. So it's the first house, seventh house dynamic that's going to be alive and well for both you and Sagittarius. And it's difficult to say where one begins and the other one ends. But there is going to be this recognition of self, which I always kind of feel like the Seven of Wands is really getting in touch with self and saying, you know what, I know what I believe and what I want, and I'm not defending that anymore, right? So that's really very much a first house energy, right? And then we have the seventh house energy is more like we need to look at the imbalance in this connection and see what's going on. Yeah. So I do think it is a positive energy in that it's going to be a challenge, but I feel like for the collective here, the majority of you, if you're on a strong foundation, it's absolutely going to just really deepen, but it's going to take hard work. Now, those of you who are on a weak foundation, I do feel like the illumination of the shadow side and that imbalance is going to incite and necessitate a moving away from, but you're going to have a really hard time. And just know that going in, that the leaving needs to happen, but it's going to be super challenging for you to actually let it go. And that is, you know, but you know if you're in a strong foundation or not, right? We know. We know we can lie to ourselves and make excuses and all that, but You know what I'm saying. All right, let's go into career for our Gemini friends. What's happening in career for Gemini friends? I feel like, again, we have that 6th house. And the 6th house also is a day-to-day work environment. And then we have Mercury in there, 6 of coins. With Venus, I just feel like, I don't know. Venus making money, internet, day-to-day, making money on the internet. Something on the internet. Taking a course on the internet. Connecting with people on the internet. Job applications on the internet. I do feel like that. I'm actually going to pull some more astro dice for you guys. But I feel like this is like a layover from the relationship read. But let's see what we have here. Second house of money. Very nice. South Node. South Node. Your buddy Sagittarius. Making you look at stuff. What's fair, what's not. Libra. Libra rules that 7th house. So it's like dripping over from the relationship read. But you know what? Listen, I mean, the career and relationship, those houses work together, people. Like, not the relationship house, but 4th house and 10th house. 10th house is career, 4th house is home, right? So for those of you like live with your partner, there's going to be stuff going on. Anyway, so let's look at coming into this energy. We have the 7 of coins in reverse. So Saturn and Taurus. Okay. So in the reverse, Saturn, whether it's upright or in reverse, it indicates restriction. It just does, right? And Taurus is a pentacle energy ruled by Venus, which is about self-esteem, money, right? Feeling good about what we're doing. But it's about putting in the hard work. Putting in all that hard work, right? And then, but in reverse, it's like you put in all this hard work, and now what? For what? You're doing all this hard work, and for a lot of you, what I'm being called to say is spinning your wheels. A lot of you guys have felt like you were spinning your wheels, doing something that was not moving you forward. You're putting in all this hard work. You felt like you were laying the groundwork. If things have not been working out for you, though, Gemini, I want to let you know, honestly, things are going to be changing for you this summer. They really, really are, particularly when we hit that 21st solar eclipse. I'm going to be addressing that more in a couple of days when I do the astrology. Definitely tune into that. But I feel like, from energetically, you guys have been feeling like, I do all this work. I put this work in. It's like, okay, everything's okay. But, now what? So for some of you, it's like you lost your job. For others of you, it's like, where's the money? I'm working harder than ever, and I'm not making what I used to make, or, you might be just working differently, where it's definitely like a left shoe on the right foot kind of vibe. Current situation here, we have the 8 of coins being crossed by the 5 of wands. So this is the current situation, right, having to do with your career. We have the 8 of coins energy. So 8 of pentacles, 8 of coins, same thing. So this is the Sun and Virgo energy, and Sun is about epiphanies. Virgo is a pentacle energy ruled by Mercury. It's about moving forward. So I do like this. I feel like, you haven't arrived yet, but you're definitely cooking stuff, Gemini. This is really, really benefic. This is like you being recognized. You're starting to you're feeling the rumblings of something afoot that's going to end up pulling you to that next level in a different direction in your career. A lot of you guys are just going to be getting into things that you've been thinking about for so long, but you haven't had I'm going to say 2 things at once. There are 2 truths at once here of equal weight. You haven't had the nerve, and you haven't had the wherewithal to focus on a particular area that's going to actually end up bringing you to the next level that you meant to go on. As in, we have the 5 of wands energy crossing this. This is Saturn and Leo, and I have to tell you, I'm getting more than anything that this conflict, because this is a battle of the wills, I do feel like more than anything, it's kind of, it's within you. I feel like more than anything, it is within you. It's this battle of the wills, right? Saturn and Leo, restriction. Leo is all about ego. It's about fear, right? I mean, Leo's about putting themselves out there, right? But when Saturn's there, it's like, nope, nope, nope. You can't do that. Nope, nope, nope. come back down here, sit down. You can't do that. So it's feeling this restriction. So it's really wanting to do something, but then always feeling like you're held back. Now, the reason you're held back could be because of the situation that we're in right now with COVID. It could be because of a family situation, because of a marital situation, relationship circumstance, whatever it is, but it's you feeling held back. And I do feel like a lot of you guys have been feeling that, right? Where you've been putting in all the hard work, but you feel like something's been holding you back, but that's starting to lift with the 8 of Coins energy. And guys, you guys are going to have choices. I like this energy. I think it gets a bad rap, the 7 of Cups, right? It's a Venus and Scorpio energy, so just think about that. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, so it's about an ending and a beginning at the same time. And Venus is about self-esteem and money and just feeling good, what you value. But you're going to have choices. But this is the thing. You're going to have choices. You're going to feel scattered. Gemini, you're going to feel scattered. You're going to feel scattered for the summer. You guys are scattered anyway, right? Just generally speaking. And you guys know I'm a Gemini sun. No shade on you guys, all right? I mean, this is just something that we deal with. We're all over the place. And we're everywhere at once, right? Very busy. We have our hands in a bunch of different things, and all of that's awesome. And you want to keep that going. You want to keep yourself open. You're going to be scattered. But the little caveat here is you want to make sure that you're not seeing certain red flags that are pretty obvious to other people. You want to make sure that you're not over glorifying any potential offer. You really want to talk yourself into being grounded. Right? Really connect with your ruler. Connect with that Mercury energy, especially before it goes retrograde in Cancer, right? I mean, so you want to just definitely ground yourself in whatever choices you're going to be, because you're going to have choices and you're going to feel confused. So, but the thing is, while you're sieving through your choices, you want to make sure that you're looking at the bottom line and the long-term cost benefit of whatever you are going to take on, whether it's that business partner, what is their full deal? Getting into business, accepting that position. What are the hours? What in reality, what are you going to get paid? Is your pay going to be reflective of what you're going to be doing? All of that. Don't get swept up in the excitement of having a bunch of offers. Just be super grounded in when you think things through. Beautiful Ace of Cups energy. Awesome. New beginning, right? It's what I said before in the relationship. You guys are getting a new offer. This is the foundation of your career, is going to be a new offer. You're taking a new path, my friends. You really, really are. And then we have the High Priestess energy. You're like front and center with your higher self. This is the thing. The High Priestess is the moon energy. You're functioning very much in quiet and private right now. You're doing a lot of thinking. Very quiet. And guys, this is the thing. If you guys are thinking about making a big change in your career, you're really cooking a particular idea, don't talk about it. The High Priestess energy. Keep it to yourself. Stay quiet about it. Maybe share it with a partner or somebody very, very dear to you, and that's it, right? Whatever is in your mind right now, wherever you see yourself going, this is not going to be a good energy to talk about stuff just to talk about stuff, to shoot ideas out there and stuff. This is a very good energy for you to think very introspectively about how you feel. The moon is I feel. How you feel. Envision yourself in this new position. How are you feeling? And is it bringing you a feeling that you can really appreciate and see yourself connecting with? And for a lot of you guys are going to be shifting from things that you've been involved with for many years that you may be quite good at, but it's not meant for your higher good. It's not meant for your final path. It's really not. And a lot of people are really going to be adapting. This is for a totally different video, but I want to just throw it out there. Stronger. The older we get, the more we resonate with our rising signs, right? So you may be feeling this definitive shift inside of yourself. Where that first main career that you had, you may be like, oh my gosh, I'm not even connecting with this anymore. I need to do something different. Now, the energy external to you is the Queen of Wands in reverse. So wands are will. and passion and motivation. It's offerings, right? And it's in reverse, which indicates stagnation. Now, this is not you. This is an external energy. Because it's a court card, I'm going to give it as you might be dealing with a person, right? And it's because it's because it's a court card, I want to indicate it as a person or just a general energy. This is a Pisces and Aries energy in reverse. So Aries is a new path. Pisces is about what it is that you envision for yourself and feeling really excited about it, right? So this tells me that there is not, as a person, somebody is choosing not to offer you a new path, regarding something that you've been really hoping for. So for some of you, it's not getting that job, but this is a blessing in disguise. Okay. Now that's if it's a person. If it's a path, if it's a general energy rather, it's you realizing that the path you're on is not your meant path at this point. It served you well once upon a time, but it's absolutely not what you're supposed to be on right now. Everything I've been talking about, loving the astrology, my energy, and the cards connect. Sun, you're afraid. You're afraid of the sun, Gemini. What? Don't be afraid of the most benefic card in the deck, all right? Don't be afraid of the healing. Don't be afraid of the moving forward. Don't be afraid of it. It's beautiful. You know? Really embrace it, man. It's your birthday, right? For many of you, happy birthday belated, I guess, for those May-born gems, but for a lot of people, it's your birthday season, it's new beginnings, it's the sun is just about epiphanies and healing and moving forward and lots of healing. So burning off of a ton of karma, and that might not be very comfortable for you. I mean, you guys are going to be burning off some serious karma. Honestly, like Gemini, Sag, Pisces, Virgos, Cancers, Cap, Cancer, Gem, Sag, Pisces, Virgo, burning off some major, major karma right now. King of Swords is the outcome. Truth, communication. Okay, so if this is a person, this is somebody, Capricorn rules work, Aquarius is something different. So this indicates you meeting somebody new, for work, having a new job opportunity, okay? Or this could just be being surrounded by the energy of, having the effect of the realization that you're going to be doing something different, but it actually coming to fruition. You having a more definitive idea of what it is that you're going to be doing. Yeah, and then we have the Page of Wands in the near future. So the page does indicate a new cycle within something that you're already in. Wands indicates well. So you're just not going to have the will to continue in whatever it is that you're doing, because you're going to be taking advantage of this Ace of Cups energy and this King of Swords energy as a foundation in the outcome. There is a new job afoot for you guys, Gemini. Honestly, this is a general reading, but the great majority of you are going to be getting involved in something very different, very new. It's going to be positively impacting your resources. It's going to be in something that you really, okay, because it's a second house having to do with resources. You're going to feel really good about yourself in it. It's, having the Libra energy here. It's something that's fair. It's going to bring you money. It's going to make you feel good about yourself. And it's very, very karmically driven. This is a very karmic situation, honestly. I mean, to get the South Node. Yeah. You're really going to be reevaluating yourself and your belief system, how you've applied it to your life thus far. Realize why you've gotten into the situation you've gotten into regarding your career. Being really honest with what hasn't worked out and what has worked out. And really, more than anything, you're going to be seeing the gift in all of this, because there's there is so much positive energy for you guys coming up having to do with career. I love it. Ace of Cups, King of Swords. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, Gemini, good stuff, good stuff. I'll be getting the astrology out and also that Black Moon Lilith video I've been promising you guys, hopefully by the end of the week. Until then, You guys take care. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.